Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to a night show. Let's get it on. All right, let's. How do I look? How do I sound? Let me listen to my mug here. The total dork, y'all. Oh man, it's gonna be fun. Look, as you all know, or may not know, if you saw my post on the in the community tab there, this was the week. Brought the old daughter to college. Yeah, sniff, sniff. She's all moved into the dorm now, so her adult life is beginning, y'all. So if you've had any kids that have gone off to college, or if you've gone on to college and you remember what that was with your parents, well, that's what the old huckster's feeling this week. So I needed you guys to come hang out, sit down, chit chat, talk about movies and all that good stuff. So here we go. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna slap it up. Welcome to a late night with Huck. Oh, it's gonna be good. And of course, tonight we're gonna be talking about the best double features around, man. And look at the way that breaks down. If I was gonna say, if y'all did my challenge, which like only a handful did, I feel like no one likes community challenges anymore out there. What's going on? Two people took that challenge. But a lot of you took it in text form, which was nice. Like you chimed in the chat, so that was cool. But basically, it's any movies that never got past one sequel. That was it. It had one sequel, and then that was it. One and done after that. So it's a two-pack, a twofer, a double feature, and that is where it stands. It's going to be an interesting list. There are like 100 that I found, so we don't have to go through all of them. I want you guys to chime in as well. So we'll talk about some that y'all want to chat about, because some good ones, man. And some, if you play cards right, can be considered two packs, because maybe there's only two movies out right now. So by happenstance, it's a double feature because it hasn't gotten that trilogy yet. So oh yeah. All right, I just thought of another one, y'all. I'm writing it down right now. I'm out of control, y'all. But yeah, all right, let's jump into the comments, man. Like, welcome to the late show. Let's hit some likes and subs and all that good stuff. What do we got? Like 14 watching. That's good. Let's get it on. We're going to jump into the chats now. I did sort of read ahead a little bit. We're not going to get too political tonight. I know there's a lot going on in Hollywood out here where I'm at, given politics and late night shows and all that jazz. It's messed up. It's messed up is all I'm going to say. I think it's all BS. Y'all know where I stand. So we're just going to leave it at that. I'm trying to talk too much about that tonight. Cracks knuckles, moves on. But here we go. Let's see who's here tonight. William is here. Look, I know you were one of the ones that chimed in, buddy, that says do that late show. So thanks for the few of you that chimed in and said, yeah, we want to see that late show, man. Let's get it. So here it is. Let's do it. Dave's here. Yeah, there it is, the Kimmel stuff. We're just going to skip past that for now, Dave Aroni. Let's see. There's Mr. Moody saying, what? Split personalities. That's because I chimed in as myself, and then I chimed in as the cafe. Just to throw you guys off and to add some more views to the channel. See, I did that. Luke, what is happening, dudester? My dude, I'm well. Like I said, I'm coping. I'm dealing. You guys are here. Some spatial hugs. So I'm feeling it. It's good stuff. But thanks, man. Hey, Bonnie, what's going on, Bonnie? I sound awesome, and you look awesome. Kelly is here. What is good, Kelly? Hey. Adrian James, you old whippersnapper. What's going on, man? Oh, it's just, you're happening, bro. That's what's happening. And look, Holland's here too. Look, boom, boom. Let's go. Do you guys ever hang out there in the old UK? That'd be kind of funny if you did. I just got back from seeing him, and I didn't think it was as bad as people said it was. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I haven't heard anything about it except one thing before getting ready for this, is I heard some people were saying it wasn't as good as they were hoping for. I know you liked The Long Walk. I haven't had a chance to see that yet, so I hope to see that maybe this weekend or during the week kind of thing. Hello, Mama Blu-ray. William says, getting prepped for WrestlePalooza this weekend. Nice, on ESPN. Nice. Well, I dig your multitasking, man. Thank you, bud. Bunny. Here we go. Okay, everybody's getting their haze in. Wilkie is here. What's going on, Corey? Good to see all you wonderful faces. Look at that. They're here. Huck, did you check out our channel's video? No, did you? Look. Oh, I thank you for it. Basically, I was out all week doing the thing. Didn't even check into social. Came in yesterday. Hardly looked at anything. So today I've just sort of come back online. Oh, I am super excited. I wish yeah. Does anybody else have any issues with tagging? Like, do things just pop up into your feed, or do you still feel like you got to hunt for stuff? Because I don't, I kind of keep my phone nearby right here, and usually things pop up. So I have not, but I am uber excited. Feel free to chime in with some tonight. If you don't want to give away your whole top five, that's okay. Maybe you had a second five. I know I did. I had a second, third, fourth, fifth five when making this. So maybe we'll talk about those. And look, y'all, go to Double Feature Podcast. They are the bee's knees. Love them. And let's go see what their challenge is. If y'all have seen it already, you've beat me to the punch, but go. Let's go after the show. Let's go check them out. And if you have not subbed, like, subscribe, all that good stuff to my good friends at the Double Feature Podcast. Hey there. Did I miss? Wait a second. Oh, there. I'm terribly sorry. There it is, Nikki. Hello. Sorry, I blew over you there. I just saw a bunch of hellos, and I thought I'd seen all the hello people, but you're very, very important, so I did not want to miss you. Let's see. Now we're getting some haze. Let me see if I miss anybody by scanning. Everybody's getting haze in. See, it's just like the morning mug, man. You guys just get your haze in. Luke, of course, reminding everyone, smash the like button. What do we got? 7 likes? I don't know. What do we got in the like department? There's like 13 watching. So yeah. Sue got some nice steel books this week. Oh yeah, I missed it, man. So cool. This is just fun, y'all. I'm just looking around. Oh yeah, look, Kitten Paws is here. Wifey. Oh, hey, hun. So she's in the other room doing a thing. She said she'd watch along. That's the wife. You guys all know that. That's Becky. Let's see. Did you smack your own thumbs up? You know what? I'm gonna. There. I smacked it just now. Now we're at 17. Take that like button. Even you're not even off limits to the huckster. But Steve Areno. Hold on. Steve, did I miss you, buddy? See, I'm just so giddy. I'm just flying through stuff. Let's see. I'm sorry. You skipped my 2 good messages. Okay. Just read The Last of Us 2 Steelbooks. Thanks for the repeat, bud. Nice. Yeah, man. Sound of Music. Arriving on Sunday. I didn't mean to. I just sort of, when you're doing this sort of thing, of course, I'm like a hummingbird. Everything about me moves a little too fast. Like I'm clicking on stuff. My eyeballs are moving too fast. I got to learn to slow down. You just kind of take in the moment, but I'm trying to get things going. I don't want things to lull. So it was not intentional, Dave, as you know. So I got you right here, and that's all good, man. I'm glad you got those. And look, Dave, I also got something right here. Look, since Dave teed it up, look what just came in, y'all. I mean, literally 5 minutes before this, I ran outside. My phone popped up and says, "It's here." Well, there it is, y'all. Early bird. It came in super early. The Superman Steelbook. Oh, snap. Probably my favorite movie of the year so far. So that was nice to get that just before we started. So maybe that's why I'm in this giddy mood. I'll slow down in a second, y'all, once I've, addressed everyone and all that good stuff. Like Heroic Waffles. What's going on, buddy? Welcome to the show. Mika, everybody's getting some more haze in. See, this is what I try to do. Sarah, what's good, bud? Oh, good. I'm glad your mom. She's a little loopy from medicine will do that, but I'm glad she was discharged. That's lovely. Yeah, because she got the surgery. That's cool. Glad she's doing well. Stacy says, do I like? Oh, literally, also too, a little dyslexia kicked in. I thought you were asking if I liked silver, and I said yes, I like silver very much. But sliver, I also like quite a bit. Let's see. Huck at Night. Pop Culture Cafe just turned into the late night lounge. Yes, it did. And sorry, yeah, like I said, no graphic preps or anything like that. We're just jumping in raw, uncut gems. This gem right here. Here we go. Come in Peace sequel. Did Come in Peace have a sequel? Did Come in Peace have a sequel? I don't remember. I don't know if it did. We're gonna talk about them. Like those Tron 4Ks. I did not pick those up because those prices were dorkulous, as y'all know. You missed out on the Superman Steelbook. Oh man, that's a bum deal. Nice. All right, well, welcome everybody to the Pop Culture Cafe late at night. So we're gonna do it, man. We're just gonna jump in. Like I got this long list, and we're just gonna sort of like touch on a few. And as we go, I'm already dancing here a little bit, throw some out, throw some double features. And remember, the way the double features work is, like I said, when we started, you can't just pick 2 movies in a franchise that's got 13, 14 movies in it, or even 5 movies in it. It's got to be just 2 movies. And sometimes, and remakes don't count. So you can't go Psycho and then the remake of Psycho. Those aren't 2. Plus there are 3 Psycho sequels. So that negates it anyway. But like, you know what I mean? If a movie had an original one and then a remake, that's not a sequel. That's just a single remake and a single original. Y'all dig it? All right. So, and sometimes they're far apart, and we're going to hit some of those today. So let's just dive in, and we're going to go with, hang on, let me make sure I've put a pin in it so I know where we're at. Actually, before we go on, let's see. Oh, this is kind of funny. So, cast Goldie Hawn and Paul Giamatti in the Oregon Trail Apple TV series. Who else? I don't know. Let's do well, throw some. Oh, what's his name? Come on, hang on. I'm having a brain fart. I'm thinking of this guy. You know the guy, Brandon from Galaxy Quest. Justin Long. Let's throw some Justin Long in there. I like Justin Long. Favorite Rob Redford movie? You know we were talking about that around here, Adrian. So my fave. What am I going to lean on with this? I don't know. I don't watch a lot of his stuff a lot, and I know people go for The Natural. I feel like I need to give that a fresh watch, and then that'll put it higher. But because I've seen The Sting literally this year, for nominated for best costume, that's up there. So I'm going to put The Sting up there for now. Yeah, you got your shopping days on hold. That makes sense. Like my shopping days are pretty much on hold because daughter going to college. This was a pre-order, so that's it. Calling it quits after that. Yeah. Always like to touch on a few. Look at that. Mr. Geek Me Out is here. Have you watched Superman the movie on HBO Max? Not on HBO Max, but I've watched Superman the movie countless of times. It's my top 3 favorite movies of all time, along with Rocky and Back to the Future. Those 3 constantly vie for the first place. So yes, man, I dig Superman the movie. I assume you're talking about the Christopher Reeve one. Let's see. And do I own any? Yeah, I have that. I want to say I've got Butch Cassidy somewhere in a collection somewhere. But you know, I wasn't a huge like I don't collect Robert Redford movies. Like I like probably Paul Newman more. Like his filmography interests me a little bit more. But I've seen stuff like Jeremiah Johnson and other stuff like that. Like I said, I don't dive too deep into the old Robert Redford cadre of stuff, but I know there's other ones. You guys throw some out there. What are some of your favorite Robert Redford movies, everybody? I got to know. Hey, Sarah's getting close to 1,000 on her iPad. Noise. Every which way. That, Nikki, that is on the list right here. Right here. All right, so let's just go. Let's pin it right there. All right, so with that, let's see. All right. I'm just scanning you guys real quick. What's up, Steve? Okay, yeah. So let's get to it. So let's try to like hyper focus y'all onto the double features tonight. I don't want to deviate too much on topics outside of this because that's what I want. So since you brought up Nikki, some Clint Eastwood, y'all. So here we go. So you got your Every Which Way You Can and Any Which Way But Loose. That, of course, is the classic Clint Eastwood with Clyde the orangutan and going on misadventures. Right turn, Clyde. You know, or was it left turn? Was it Left Turn or Right Turn or Right Hook? So he's been a while, but he does do a puncharoni to somebody. That's the gag with the orangutan. So those were super fun. So anyway, so I just find that these double features are fascinating. When I was putting mine together, of course, you've got two real, and sometimes maybe one is better than the other, or sometimes they're both really good bangers, man. And I'm going to say that the first one on my list is just that, which is Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and When Nature Calls. Oh, let me pull you down there. Still got you up there. Whoopsie. There we go. Those are both hilarious to me. When I saw that first one, y'all, I mean, like, and chime in if you have any like memories of your double features and stuff. But that first Jim Carrey movie, when he was coming now hot off of In Living Color, he had done some movies before, like, was it Transylvania 65000, or was that his, or his was Once Bitten? I think his was Once Bitten. I forget, one of those things. Earth Girls Are Easy, stuff like that. But Ace Ventura, man, that, like, from the get go, when he's just drop kicking the whatever glass package that was down the hallway to get it to that dude at the door. It was just, I was bawling. I was laughing out loud so hard. Then, of course, when he just, and when he's stuck in the elephant, he comes out the elephant's ass. I'm talking comedy gold. But you got to like that kind of slapstick stuff. If you're not a slapstick person, that stuff just, it's not going to do it for you. I know people like that, and that's cool. But for me, that was my wheelhouse. And When Nature Calls, just as funny. Like, even the little stupid stuff, just little stuff, like when he's in the chief's tent, and you're not supposed to step on the chief's royal rug, and the girl turns away and he steps on it, and, it's a total like child move that he does, but I don't know why. Something about the way Carrie did that just floored me. Loved it. So yeah, man. So that's a great double feature. I'm going to bounce around a little too, and talk about some interesting ones that I didn't even really think about, like consider that were out there. For example, there's a Caddyshack 2. So they make Caddyshack 1 and 2. I can't even tell you a lick of Caddyshack 2. I want to say Chevy is sort of the lead of that one, but I have no lasting memory. That's another fun thing to talk about with these tonight. No lasting memory of what Caddyshack 2 is, but Caddyshack 1, Bill, Chevy, and Rodney, that's good stuff. That's funny. It's a Cinderella story. Yeah. Oh, it's in the hole. It's in the hole. Oh, man, that's good stuff. All right, so let's see. It's going to point. Let's go. Okay, all right. So here is one. You know what we're going to talk about? So here's something that is a double feature, because who knows if it's going to keep going. And that is Nobody 1 and 2. Nobody 1 was fantastic. Steve Odenkirk, it's great. He's the dad that if you mess with his family, especially his daughter, you lay your hands on his daughter, or you do, it's over, dude. You've punched your ticket. See ya. You're out. And that happens in the sequel. I enjoyed the sequel as well. I had a blast seeing that. In fact, I saw that with my wife and another couple. We all went out and had like a nice movie night, which is really good because it was either going to be that or Honey Don't. And I did see Honey Don't a week later. And I will say, if that would have been what we saw as a group, we would have had a bad night. It just wasn't that good, y'all. It's not good. Well, I can break that movie down for you and tell you why I didn't like it. But, I don't know if I want to spoil anything for anybody tonight. We'll try to keep spoilers to a minimum. But yeah, Honey Don't had a lot of writing issues. And if you like the movie, then I'm going to throw things out for you why it has major problems. And you can still like it in spite of those, I suppose. But if you missed these things that I point out to you, then it should change your perspective of the film. Let's see. This is good. All right. So also too, we'll throw out some, maybe the 52-week movie challenge we're doing this week, y'all. This week is, this week is the movie that won best editing at the Oscars. So any movie that was not, well, I'll even let you have nominated or won for best editing. And then the previous week was stars older people. So think Cocoon or Grumpy Old Men or Grumpier Old Men. There's your two pack right there. See, they just dialed that right in to Grumpy and Grumpier Old Men. That is a double feature. Very funny set of flicks. And we have here that Dave, for that 30, watched, let's see, where people are older leads think grandparents. Oh, you watched The Father. Oh, that's the one with Anthony Hopkins, right? When we won the Oscar. Noise. Good pick. Good pick. Also, welcome, Johnny. What's good, son? What's kicking? Chicken. Always a pleasure when Johnny gets into the house. My goodness, Sarah, you made 570 videos on your phone. Fantastic. Keep it going. Don't stop. What up, Steve? Let's see. Sneakers. Oh, that's a good one. Sneakers for Robert Redford. Sneakers is up there. That's pretty good. Let's see. I watched. Okay, so Mr. Okay, Geek Me Out says you've watched the James Gunn Superman movie. That the director, is there more coming? Have I watched it? If you're just asking, have I watched it? Oh yeah, I've watched it several times. Let's see. How did you hear that Netflix is making a bid for Warner Brothers? It's very upsetting. I hope they don't get it because they'll stop doing it. Yeah, it's so weird. I like everyone's making it. I don't get it, y'all. Here, we'll do a sidebar to the double features real quick, which is, why is Warner Brothers selling? They've done something right now that no other studio in history has ever done. And they have released 7 movies in a row that have all grossed over $40 million at the box office. 7 in a row. They already set the record with 6. And then they hit 7. Now they're going to, I think, lose steam because, look, when the Leonardo DiCaprio movie comes out, I love Leo, but that movie looks kind of, it's not an across the board movie, right? That's going to appeal to the masses. So yeah, I think they're going to lose their streak with that. I don't think, and it's such a forgettable name. What's the name of that new Leo movie? I'm trying to look it up real quick. What is the name of that movie? Gosh, it's such a wildly forgettable title for some reason, but it doesn't look like it has massive crowd appeal, and the trailers aren't really wooing people to get excited about it. And since it's not a horror movie franchise, like we have The Conjuring and Bloodlines that came out for that franchise, it doesn't have any of that little kitschiness to put it up there in the 40 million range. So I think they're gonna stop their streak. But anyway, they're doing so well, better than any studio this year, better than Disney, better than Paramount, the people that are buying them. But we all know that Paramount was also given lots of money by a certain head of this country, who's just trying to change Hollywood as we know it. Right? It's like media is being manipulated for political reasons, and that's not cool. I just have so many problems with that. And so I think that's partially why Paramount is trying to buy somebody like Warner Brothers. There's also a very rich young man in charge of Paramount that has his daddy's money. I forget this guy's name, but it's not his money, it's his dad's money, and he's uber rich. But if I were Warner Brothers, I'd be like, well, you know what? We're doing really good this year. We got the James Gunn and the DC thing coming. We're not ready to sell. We want to make some magic. I don't know. Why are they even selling? I've heard nothing that they're doing better than anybody. Stacy's got a great double feature, Stakeout and Stakeout 2. Or is it another Stakeout? Oh, there it is. Yeah, again, nobody really thinks that's the second one's got Rosie O'Donnell in it. I don't think she was in the first one, right? That's just Emilio and Richard Dreyfuss. And then you got Rosie in another Stakeout. Are you fans of those Stakeouts? I love the first Stakeout. a lot. I wish that is that even on Blu-ray? I feel like that's not even on. Although I think another Stakeout is on Blu-ray. How do you get the sequel and not the? Why is that not a 2-pack? Now there, that would be a fantastic twofer Blu-ray. You just pop it open and you get one movie on each hub. Glorious. But yeah. Let's see. Adrian says, yeah, he was one of the actors to play Superman before. I know, wasn't it weird that they were trying to think of like big stars to play it, like Robert Redford and Paul Newman? And they have like not Burt Reynolds. I know they were thinking of like Burt for like Bond and stuff, but Burt said no. James Bond needs to be played by a British person. So yeah, I know. Can you imagine? I mean, I guess he would have been great, but I mean, Chris. The great thing about having Chris is no one knew who he was. So when you looked at him, you could say, oh my God, that's Superman. Like he looks like you would expect Superman to look. I think everybody's still chasing that tail of Chris setting the bar, man. Yeah. All right, just a bunch of haze here. Yep, I know. Oh yeah, Dark Room Reviews is here. Let's see. Oh, so we got the big ragu. Nice ref, bro. Big ragu, Shawshank Green Mile. Now, okay, so tee me up on this one, big ragu. Now I know that things like Shawshank, Green Mile, Stand by Me, things like that are Stephen King shorts. What's the connective tissue in those two? Am I missing it? What character? Because the only way that those would be a double feature is if there's a character that's in the two. And for some reason, for the life of me, I can't remember who that character is because they don't feel like a continuation. You know, it doesn't. Green Mile, to what I understand, is not a sequel to Shawshank. But, you know, tee me up, bruh. If I'm off, let me know. Stacy loves Caddyshack too. Johnny's like, oh, I got a memory for Caddyshack too. Where here you go. Well, we're waiting. It's my best Ted night right there. Nailed it. Roll it back. You'll see. My dad took me to see it, and I got it and walked out 30 minutes into it. Well, that's a memory, and that's why I don't remember it so much. What did your dad do? I think it's probably what Chevy did. Hey, Huck, did you see the F1 went up for pre-order on Groove? Nice. But sold out. That's all right. I don't need the Steelbook. This, because I'm just a super fan, so I got that. But yeah, I don't need F1 on. There's not a lot I need on Steelbooks anymore. I just don't play that game. It's too much money. He left me there to finish it. Oh, I ain't watching this shit. That's so funny. Eli's here. What's up, bro? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And yeah, man, don't forget to slash that like button. Where we at? Come on, man. Let's just pump it up. Let's do nighttime numbers, y'all. This ain't no morning show. We gotta get the morning goods going. Okay, got a bunch of A's. And thank you. One battle after another. See, I don't know why. I just cannot remember the name of that movie. One battle after another. It's one battle after another trying to remember the damn title. And that's maybe another thing. It's like, it's not a title, I think, that rolls off your tongue. It's not anything people are talking about. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think Leo's going to be amazing. It's probably going to have Oscar buzz all over it, but nobody's going to go see it. That's what I think is going to happen. Critics are giving it really good reviews. Yep, it's front row. See, I was just saying those things. And Leo has weird facial hair on his big round head. When he gets them whiskers, man, Oscars start coming. Revenant, Django Unchained. I know what I'm talking about. Hoss McPizza's here, man. Hope Universal gets WB if anybody buys it. That would be good. What's going on, Hoss? Universal. See, Universal and WB gets me excited. I think that would be a crackerjack of a combo. But again, I don't know why we need to sell WB right now. It feels like they're a very successful, robust studio at this time. I think something that all the studios want is what WB's doing right now. Let's wait and see if WB sells, James. I mean, that's what Johnny. That's what I'm worried about. I mean, literally, like we just started going on this universe. We just started going. And we get one movie out of him. Yes, Supergirl's due out next year, but I don't know when these mergers happen and what that means to anything. And I mean, if we're even lucky enough to get Supergirl out before any of this happens, I mean, that could be it. That could be your twofer. There's your double feature right there. Noise. Everybody's doing good. There's one, dude. That's one I didn't think. That's not on my list. It's not on my list. Big Rig. Oh yeah, I got that one on there. Arthur and Arthur 2 on the Rocks. Is that one? Never watched 2. Is it good? And here's the thing. I can't even remember Arthur 2. I'm sure I watched it because I loved the first one, but it had no lasting impression on me. That's another thing too. As you get older, you forget a lot. That's why sometimes rewatching an older movie is fun because I feel like it's like I'm watching a new movie. But yeah, Mr. Ragu, yeah, I would not say Arthur 2 holds up in any way. Yeah, I know Stakeout's on DVD. I got that DVD, but it's a bummer. Is it good? Johnny says no, it is not. That's true. Just do a Frank Oz double feature. Well, that's more of an artist double feature, but you know, that's kind of cool. Let's see. Oh, there you go. There's one. That's one I didn't have on the list either. Cannonball Run and Cannonball Run 2. Adding it to the list right now. Look at this, y'all. Cannonball Run. Oh, look at this. You guys are good. No, look, let's talk about Cannonball Run. Cannonball Run, see, the beauty of just bringing these up isn't just saying the names. Let's talk about how cool they are. Now, again, this is another one where the first one is way better than the second one. Cast is cooler. The journey is cooler. Pardon. Yeah, I love Cannonball Run. Cannonball Run is like, it's not even a guilty pleasure. It's just flat out Hal Needham, right? Director of Hooper and, well, you know, Smokey and the Bandit. So, Cannonball Run, Burt Reynolds in there, of course, Farrah Fawcett, just tons of people. You got Jackie Chan, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Adrian Barbeau's in this thing, man, in the little Lamborghini Countach. Looking mighty fine, I must say. Yeah. I dig me some Cannonball Run. I saw that multiple times in the theater. I was like, hell yes. Cannonball Run. Who else seen that? Come on, Johnny. Come on. If anybody's a fan of Cannonball Runs, it's Johnny, right? Johnny? Hoss? Who else? Come on. Come on now. So yeah. So that's good stuff. I like that. Again, Funny is another one of those movies that also put bloopers at the end of the film. Not a lot of films back in the 80s did that. I mean, Jackie Chan was still the master. He kind of started a lot of that. You know, if you guys watch, if you're old school Jackie Chan fan like me, a lot of his older films, even the Hong Kong films, they would do not only just bloopers, but the outtakes where things didn't like quite get his fingers snapped in that ladder. And which one was that? I think that was First Strike where he did the ladder. Dang, that was good stuff. Just a prison movie. Wait. What you got, Ragu? It says, I think it's just prison movies. I have this double feature. Got the groove. What's that? What's that double feature? I gotta hear it. See, Johnny says, I don't think Shawshank Redemption have a connection other than Darabont. Well, that's not a double feature. That's, again, that you assembling two movies as a double feature you'd like to see. I'm talking two movies. Again, it's one movie, and then it has a sequel, and then they stopped right there, and then they couldn't go any further, or no one went and saw it, for example. But again, I love putting together double features like that. But you got like Grease 1 and 2. Now, I grew up on Grease 1. Grease is my favorite musical of all time. Grease 2 is not. However, my beloved Sue out there, loves her some Grease 2. More than the first Grease. I think it was more than the first Grease. I think she said that. I mean, you got Michelle Pfeiffer in there singing Cool Cool Rider. Now, Cool Cool Rider is the best song in the whole movie, whereas I feel like in Grease 1, like every song is a banger. Like I played that soundtrack to death. Played it on vinyl, bought the CD, played the CD till it scratched to pieces. I just love Grease 1. Grease 2, Has one good song. One. So, yeah, can't go there. Now, here's another one that has an absolute forgettable sequel. A classic. Yo, I'm going classic on you. Okay, roll with me. Here we go. American Graffiti. Absolute best picture nominee. George Lucas coming off of THX 1138, getting ready for Star Wars. In fact, it was the success of American Graffiti that gave him the clout to make Star Wars. And then we got more American Graffiti. He did not direct that, but we got more American Graffiti, and we did not need more American Graffiti. I love Ron Howard, fellow ginger, but no thanks. Again, super forgettable. Couldn't tell you a lick of that movie anymore, but yeah, no. More American Graffiti. Anybody see that? See those two? Let's see. What are some? Here's an obscure one for you. There's Mannequin and Mannequin 2. Or is it Mannequin TOO or another Mannequin? Mannequin 2, you know. I don't know. What am I trying to say? You know, Mannequin 2, full throttle. But there you go. I liked Mannequin 1. Again, Kim Cattrall, fun little flick. I love those sort of weird 80s comedies that just sort of made no sense, but you just roll with them. They have sort of always some sort of sense of like magic as to how things happen. So you get Mannequin, Kim Cattrall comes alive, and the guy gets his little, crush going. And then the next one, I couldn't even tell you who the mannequin is. I'm pretty sure it's not Kim Cattrall or the same cast. It's a recast. What was another one like that? A Weekend at Bernie's, y'all. Wasn't there a Weekend at Bernie's 2, like TOO or 2? Is that another one? Did I just think of one on the spot? Weekend at Bernie's. I'm just typing it down. 1 and 2. I literally couldn't even tell you if there was a Weekend at Bernie's 2. Couldn't even tell you. I don't think I've seen a Weekend at Bernie's 2, but I'm pretty sure there be a Weekend at Bernie's 2. So yeah. Sith O'Brick says the nice thing about F1 going to physical media is a digital release to begin with. And an actual traditional release is nice. I agree. That was a fantastic movie. Anybody else see F1? It was mucho cool. Dude, we got 20 likes right now. Guys, we got to 20 likes in 38 minutes. That's dope. You guys are dope. I'm digging y'all. Happy Death Day. Let's go. Hoss, didn't even think of that one. Yep. I did have Hellboy 1 and 2. I had Fugitive and U.S. Marshal. The Descent? Yeah, they never got past 2, did they? And it's so weird. I have no memory of a Wreck-It Ralph 2. I remember Wreck-It Ralph, but no Wreck-It Ralph 2. That's so weird. I'm usually big on that. But yeah, Happy Death Day, that is a good one. Haas pulling out some gold. Ooh, how about this one? The Flintstones and Flintstones Viva Rock Vegas, where they completely just recast the entire thing because I don't know why. I thought the cast was pitch perfect in that first movie. Come on, John Goodman is Fred, Rick Moranis is Barney. I don't know if I think Wilma was good. That's Elizabeth Perkins, right? But Rosie as Betty, she was funny as Betty. I'll give her that. I don't know if that was the look people were thinking of with Betty, but I will say, I will go to bat for Rosie and say, I think she played Betty very well. And then we got an entirely recast thing. Because the thing I love about the first one is just, it's sort of the same thing I love about The Grinch, which is absolutely fantastic set design. Like, just blows you away. The fact that they just brought those stone houses to life, and the cars and the feet, pedaling with your feet, and Dino being, all the dinos are done by Jim Henson. That's what I'm talking about. It's the way to go, man. Those tactile dinos, good stuff. All right, let's see. He says, do movies with only one remake count? Because original Blob. Well, no, again, because those aren't sequels. Those are just remakes of each other. If it was somehow, because I think, wasn't there a Blob 2 or a Son of Blob? Yeah, I think there was Son of Blob. So Blob, and if there was, pretty sure, Blob and Son of Blob would be its own thing. And then since you start over with Blob. You'd have to get another one, and then that would be another sequel. But sort of, those are remakes, in my opinion. Those aren't double features; those are remakes. So anything that had an original, and then you did it again. However, let's to go back in time and early, a great example of that would be The Hustler, right? With Paul Newman. And that was like in the, gosh, what was that, 40s, something like that. And you go all the way up into the 1980s where you have The Color of Money, where it's the same character. His life continues, shows you where he's been since those decades. And then Tom Cruise comes in and becomes his little sidekick. Though that, my friend, is a double feature, and without being remakes or anything like that, and a very considerable amount of time. In fact, I wonder, what is that, like the longest y'all think gap between two movies? Are those two, of an original? We had 36 years between Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick. Let's see. I'll let one of you guys do the math for me. You can look it up on IMDb. See when The Hustler came out, and then see when The Color of Money came out, and see if that was, because I might be wrong when The Hustler came out. I'll just type that in real quick, and then The Hustler. Oh no, it's way not that old at all. It was only 1961. 1961. So 71, 81. That Top Gun Maverick is longer, because I'm pretty sure like Color of Money is like 88 or something like that, or maybe 89, right? So Top Gun Maverick would hold the record, right, y'all? Color of Money, 1986. So yeah, that's only like 15 years or 25 years. So take that, Hustler. If WB is sold to anyone but Netflix, is going to have possibilities. Oh, we'll see. Do I want an Uncle Rico? I don't even know what that is, Stacy. Oh, if Netflix buys WB, Snyderverse lives. WB is in super deck. They are. Who is not doing their job right? And I think Zaslav plan has always been to sell. Her Universal was interested. I don't know if they go somewhere, go to just not to Netflix, because I like to own my movies. And look, WB is, I'm just going to say, they are, for me, dollars to donuts, among the best for physical media, because when they put their stuff out, it's always at the usual price, like most people. But Warner Brothers, man, like around Black Friday or sales, their titles tend to drop, and you get good sales if you're patient and you wait. Unlike Disney, where they don't often go on sale. Universal also kind of has some nice sales. Paramount, not as much. So that's what I love about WB, is not only do we get physical media, but you always get good deals with some Warner Brothers. So I'm with you, man. No Netflixy. No, sir. Look, Netflix couldn't even keep giving us freaking Stranger Things, y'all. We got season 1 and 2. Season 1 and 2, I think, got 4K. I know 1 got 4K, but then they both got Blu-rays, and then that was it. They're like, yeah, we're done. It's like, yo, hang on one second. It's getting hot. I got to turn this fan on, yo. Yoink, yoink. There we go. Don't worry, I got pants on. Do I? So yeah, let's see. Haas says, and Netflix is too big. DC content would get buried. I mean, that's another thing too. Netflix already, has contracts with every studio to play whatever they've already purchased, right? So it's not just their own stuff. They get stuff from Warner, they get stuff from Sony, they get stuff from, and they just play a plethora of stuff. But see, this is the same thing that happened with Fox, is Disney absorbed them. Where's that freaking button on Disney Plus? Where is the Fox button so you can watch all those Fox movies that they own? Right? It's not there. Maybe it tells you how long I've been on there. If there's a button, maybe I haven't watched Disney in a while. But last time I watched them, there was no button. Who should play Carmen Sandiego? I don't know. Carmen Sandiego. guess you got to get, I don't know, some sort of a young, maybe get like, I don't know, Sydney Sweeney, play some Carmen San Diego. I'd watch that. Frank Oz double feature. Now, if I did do a Frank Oz double feature, you got your 3 Men and a Baby. There was a sequel to that too, wasn't there? Like 3 Men and Another Baby or something like that. Oh, Look Who's Talking. Look Who's Talking too. They're just coming out. They're just flying out of my face. I don't think there was a third one, right? Look Who's Talking still again. Maybe there was. It's your job, man. It's okay. You can check the huckster. I'm not saying it's the real deal. But yes, I will also piggyback on your one here with Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. That was good. That's a good one. I like Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Hellsuit is good too. Yeah. Smokey the Bandit and 1 and 2, and the rest don't count. I couldn't agree with you more, my friend. I really like Smokey the Bandit too. A lot of people don't like that. That thing also has some great one-liners from Sheriff Buford T. Justice that hold up like the movie just kept rolling from the first one. I'm pretty sure this is in the second one when the alligator's walking across the street and Junior goes, "Hey, look, Daddy, an alligator." And he goes, "That reminds me, I need to call your mother." Freaking Jackie Gleason. Love it. I like how you guys are negating things after. I like the way y'all think. See, I'm also going to do like a trilogy thing. But part of me is like, the diehard in me says there's only 3 Indiana Jones movies. So can I technically just stop and make that my... I mean, in reality, it's not. So it's playing loosey-goosey with the rules because some things went past their trilogy and kind of ruined the trilogy. So, but I'm working on something like that. Police Academy 1 and 2 go together. 3 and 4 go together. Stop there. Meteor Man and Blank Man. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Short Circuit 1 and 2. I got that on the list. Short Circuit. I was just going to say this one. Young Guns 1 and 2. Now, this, obviously, you're saying 3 doesn't exist. Crocodile in LA. No. So you're just saying that doesn't exist. I like how you say no. It stopped at 2. But dude, Young Guns 1 and 2. Let's talk about that. Young Guns 1 and 2 is awesome. I loved Young Guns 2 so much so that I bought that the soundtrack. The Bon Jovi soundtrack. Dude, that is a killer soundtrack. It's got Miracle, Blaze of Glory on there. Because I know they wanted him to use his Wanted Dead or Alive track, like Wanted Dead or... And he's like, well, you know what? Instead of giving you an old song, why don't you let me just make the soundtrack for the whole movie? And if you listen to the soundtrack, all of the songs are about kind of what's going on in the movie. He's even got songs called Patty Garrett. It's a song about the two meeting, Pat Garrett meeting Billy the Kid. And just, I love that soundtrack. I used to play that thing to pieces, man. And of course, if you look carefully, there's a little cameo in there, a little Bon Jovi. In the first one, you get a little Tom Cruise cameo. He's got the mustache and the hat on, so you can't tell it's him. Doesn't he get blown away, right? He lands in the trough or something. Classic Tom Cruise. Yeah. What else, y'all? We got. Hold on. Let's dig deep here. Let me just see one. Now, here's a funny one because this wasn't a double feature for the longest time until just last year. And that's Gladiator 1 and 2. This movie wouldn't even be on the list had the second one not just popped up. And I don't think they're going to make a third. And look, until there is a third, all of these are double features, man. And many of these aren't ever going to get a third. That's the thing. But Gladiator, I don't think is going to get a third. I don't think we're going to get an Anchorman 1 and 2. We're not going to get a sequel to that. But so I went and saw Gladiator 2. And I would say it was quite good. Much better than I thought it was going to be. Denzel's great. Of course, Pedro's in everything. He's there. Who's the other guy? It's like Pedro Pascal and Pascal something. And I can't remember. Never remember the lead guy's name. But the dude, Eddie from Stranger Things, he's in there, of course, is, the ginger who's booze, taking everybody to town. and made me want to come home and watch the first one. See, I didn't watch the first one because mostly I didn't have time before going to the second one. So I'm like, well, you know what? If this is a good movie, it should hold up on its own. See, if you have to watch something before watching a new movie, that means that the movie isn't good on its own. If you can go see it and it's really good on its own, they did a good job. And that's how it was for me. But then I came home and watched Gladiator 1 and thought, well, that was a much better movie. I mean, because it was. So, yes. And Johnny agrees here. You are correct, sir. Young Guns 1 and 2. Groundhog. Wait a minute. Wait, there's a Groundhog 2? There's a Groundhog Day 2. I have no memory of that. No, sir. I don't know what this is. Smoke and Blue in the Face. Don't know what that is. Yeah, of course. You got your grumpy old men, both with awesome post-credit funnies. Those guys were great. Yeah, if you were doing the 52-week challenge, both of those were perfect picks. You have not seen Cannonball Run? Oh, you will have to change that. Look, and make sure you just switch your gears into 80s mode. The good 80s. Look, Jackie Chan's in this movie too, man. They do not utilize him to his full potential, but I just had a kick because I was already a fan of his. Like, thanks to working at video stores, I was like a video store junkie. I worked there. One of my first jobs. All my jobs have been about entertainment. It's so weird, y'all. I've never worked at a fast food chain. I've never been a waiter. All those things that everyone sort of cuts their teeth on. I did apply to those. No one ever called me. But my first job was working at a drive-in movie theater. Then the next summer, I worked at a movie theater for 2 years for that. Then I worked at video stores. So that was fun. That's where I got to just see so many. Look, a film nut like me working at a video store was heaven. So, all right. So here we go. We got a little explanation going on. They're both prison movies, but see, that doesn't work. I have this double feature. Got it from Groove. Yeah. I mean, then you just say, well, I just group any prison movie together. Remember, they got to be connected in some way. And not just style. I get it. Like if you're putting together a double feature, I like that too. Like if you want to assemble a dream double feature, put two together, and those in that case would be quite good. But I got you. Here's a double feature: Blues Brothers and Blues Brothers 2000. That way you can see how good a movie is made and how colossal screw up. Dude, that is so true, man. Look, sometimes they just don't work. I forgot about that one. Blues Brothers 1 and 2. How about this? Ding. And maybe this can no longer be a double feature. But for the longest time, you have Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. Then you have the Girl Ghostbusters, so that's not related. So that doesn't destroy the 2-pack, right? The double feature. But then you get Ghostbusters Afterlife and the snowy one, whatever those are. Those are almost their own double feature as well, but they do feature the cast from the original. So to me, that's a continuation, and it's now a 4-pack, so it doesn't quite work, right? What do y'all think about that one? Am I right on that one? It used to be a twofer, but now with the 2 ones, because Bill and company are in those movies, it's now a 4-pack. It's now up to a 4-pack and could keep on going. Here's one, another one people don't often think about because they have 2 different names. And it's Saturday Night Fever and Staying Alive. Oh, yeah. Meek, are you in the house? Meek and I love us some Staying Alive, man. That was some cheese. That was my favorite 0 rating Rotten Tomatoes movie. Yes, that's right. It has a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes. And I dig it. I like the soundtrack. I used to, play that soundtrack to death as well. Let's see. Hospi talking about Hairspray. It's greater than Grease. Hold on, I'll be scratching my chin for a second. Sorry, not sorry. I love Grease, though. You know what, though? I'll say this, Hoss. I cannot deny your comment because I freaking love Hairspray. I'm not lying. And it's only because maybe we're a few years apart or something, but Hairspray, it's got great little songs in it. See, this to me, this trumps like Grease too. But it's got great songs in it. I think, oh man, that Queen Latifah song when they're walking down the street, and I know where I've been. Oh my god, that lady can sing. I will listen to Queen Latifah all day, every day. So I will certainly. I mean, I got to put Hairspray in there, like top 5 musicals of all time. I haven't ever made a list in my head, but it would definitely be in the top 5. Once I start thinking of more musicals and how I feel about those musicals, but without any popping into my head, I would say it holds a good number 2. Yeah, for sure. So I'll take that. Let's see. It says everybody. Yep. Clyde takes the cake. Yep, we had that one earlier. Dave says, hey, I did a live stream on Brian's channel. It was our favorite 90s movies. Noise. Sounds like fun. Oh, yeah, I got that. Airplane and Airplane 2, the sequel. Shat's in the second one, so it's good enough. Damn right. Steve, Shat makes everything better. I don't care what movie it is. It's a done deal. The same when he's like, you think it's a viewing screen and he's talking to the Shatner on a viewing screen, but it's just a window and it's a door. He just opens the door and he was just behind the door talking. But it's very funny because they intentionally put a little like glitchy graphic on the window, literally trying to make it a viewing screen. And as he opens the door, it just sort of fades away. I'm like, oh, I see what you did there. You amped up your falsehood there. But yeah. Oh, there you go. Last Picture Show in Texasville. There you go. That's an intriguing sequel. Oh, you got the Gremlins. Nikki's nailing it right there. Gremlins 1 and 2. Look, I love both of those. See, that's another one where here, you know what I'm gonna do. So I like me some Gremlins 1 and 2. I'm gonna look at my list and I'm just gonna mention the ones I think both films have equal goodness to them. Now, one I'm going to start with is something that Sue had on her list. And I love these movies. I'm sorry, I just do. But it's Charlie's Angels and Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. I think they are both on equal playing field. They're over the top action. The girls are just killing it. I love, man. And the second movie, Cameron Diaz, what? There's a reason they started paying her like $20 million because she was just like the it girl. Her and like Julia Roberts and Sandra Bullock. For a while, when people were able to give out paydays like that, they were getting those, but we don't get those anymore. Very few people get those kind of paydays. I think like Robert Downey Jr. probably gets it if he's doing a Marvel movie. If he breaks away and does a Dr. Dolittle, they say, well, we're going to pay you $1 million. You want to do the movie or not? So people have to start tweaking their thing. So both of those, I like those. Addams Family and Addams Family Values. I like those quite a bit. Come on, that gave us Christina Ricci. Who else is watching Wednesday on Netflix? Speaking of Netflix, we love Wednesday here in this house. I'm just glad they showed it before my daughter left. It was the week before she was leaving. They finally put out the last 4 episodes. So we were able to binge the entire season 2 and liked it quite a bit. And I will say that little Jenna Ortega does a nice takeover of Christina Ricci. But man, look, Ricci's the stuff, man. And it's so funny that Tim Burton's doing it because Addams Family feels like a Tim Burton product. Well, like he could just, you kind of forget he didn't do the movies. You know, that was Barry Sonnenfeld did those movies and did a great job with those movies. Raul Julia, man, as Gomez, Angelica Houston, Morticia. I mean, the whole cast was on point, especially the second when you get to Addams Family Values and they sort of recast the grandmama with Carol Kane. See, once you get Carol Kane in there, now you've got a grandmama you want to have on the screen because she's awesome. So, but yeah. Cool. Let's see. Would I say National Treasure 1 and 2 are equal? Probably. I could go there on that. All right, now, here we go. Top Gun and Top Gun freaking Maverick, y'all. Those two are fantastic. Top Gun Maverick, favorite movie of the year when that came out. Loved it. So much so that I saw it like 3 times in the theater. And then I went back and watched Top Gun afterwards. And you know what? Like that just as much. It held up really well. I didn't find it boring or plain. I think they are a fantastic 1-2 punch, especially if you watch them back to back. They are so good. There it is. It says the American 2 on the move. Right? Weekend at Bernie. What was the thing about Weekend at Bernie? Was it just Weekend at Bernie's 2? No tagline, like still walking or still dragging? Nothing? No tagline for Weekend at Bernie's 2? Well, Funny Farm. No, but that would be a Dan Aykroyd double feature. Avatar, as it stands, I like the way you're playing this game, Adrian. As it stands, Avatar 1 and 2 is a double feature. But we do know that Fire and Ash is coming out in just a scant few months. But until that month happens, what if they just drop it and scrap it? It is technically a double feature. Very soon to be turned into a trilogy, and thus it will lose its ability to even be talked about in the same breath as this thing here. After what? Yeah. You can tell I don't keep reading, because right as I click on Dave, he's saying the same thing I just said. I tell you, I have a very laser focused reading attention, and then, I can't multitask yet. Yeah, dude, I had to be stanking by the second weekend. Let's see. Johnny says, yes, there was a Weekend at Bernie's too. We've been trying to forget that exists for over 30 years. You're welcome. All right, now I'm going to tell you one that has probably one of my favorite martial art movies of all time. And the movie's so bad, I walked out. And it takes quite a bit for me to walk out. Think 90s Kung Fu. See if anybody picks up on it. I'll even look ahead. I'll even look down to see if anybody's going to guess. Go, look at all these texts, y'all. Y'all are chatting up a storm. I'll never get to everything. But anyway, so it's a 90s Kung Fu. Anybody know where I'm going? Little fight movie. Give you a second to type it in down there. All right, I'm just going to go for it. Mortal Kombat from 1996, I think it was. Love that movie. I think it is so much fun. Christopher Lambert, Robin Shou, Kerry Tagawa. Of course, I actually know Kerry Tagawa, great guy. I actually got to hang out with Robin Shou during a screening of, I keep wanting to say the Big Fat Ninja, the Beverly Hills Ninja with Chris Farley. He's in that, he's the one that, teaches him Kung Fu. And so I went to a screening with that, met the director, and of course I met Robin. And then I don't know if he knew a lot of people. And so I just fanboyed out with him about Mortal Kombat, and we talked about Carrie. So then we just ended up sitting together and watched Beverly Hills Ninja together. So that's rad. And then there's Mortal Kombat Annihilation, the worst sequel. I don't care what anybody says. You guys are smoking dope if you think it's good. It was such hot trash, because who didn't love Johnny Cage in that first movie? He was so good that, boom, right out of the gate, let's kill him off. Not even the same actor. Boom, you're gone. Oh my God. And just the effects were so bad. The story was terrible. The new actors were awful. The characters were bad. I was just like, it was insufferable. I could not get through that movie. It was too much. Yeah. So yeah, said you got Mortal Kombat was okay. I loved it. That was better than okay. But Annihilation was a video game beta test gone wrong. I will say definitely big time gone wrong, because that's one that hurts, because I enjoyed that so much. And then look, for me, I don't know if you guys have watched the new one, the new Mortal Kombat. That didn't do me any favors either. I thought that was awful, so boring. I don't care that we can do all these great effects. The opening fight between Scorpion and Sub-Zero, fantastic. Right after that, we meet a new character, an all-new character that's not even in the game, and he is as dull as dirt, and he is the one thing taking us through a whole movie. Man, at least Robin Shou and the gang from the first Mortal Kombat, they were like fun and entertaining, and yes, there was a cheese factor to it, but it was delicious cheese, as Sue likes to say. Velveeta, eat that right up. But Annihilation, that was tough. That was bad. Super bad. Uh, now Stacy says Bernie's 1 and 2 double feature would be great. I think that's good. We got 26 going now. Let's go, Dave. Oh yeah, FX 1 and 2. That's actually in my video. If you watch my video about my 5 double features, I threw that one in there just to sort of show people there's some really deep cuts that you can look for. And it's about, if you guys haven't seen it, it's the Bryans, man. Brian Brown and Brian Dennehy star in this thing where he's like Brian Brown is a makeup effects guy. Dennehy needs to hire him for his skills to stage a murder of somebody so they can like make him go away and give him witness protection, but only something goes wrong and he actually gets killed, and then they pin it on the effects guy, and then he has to run for his life and then try to like clear his name by using his special set of skills. Nailed it. Yeah, so there's that. What else is hot trash? Under Siege 1 and Under Siege 2. Can't get any better than Under Siege 1. I think that was Seagal hitting his apex right there with Andrew Davis, who would then go on to make The Fugitive. The guy was on fire. And then someone else turned around and made Dark Territory, Under Siege 2, with Eric Bogosian. Yeah. That's pretty bad. So, yeah, sometimes the sequel just can't hold up. Just can't hold up. Personally, I love the Jessica Alba Fantastic Four movies. I think both of those are fun. They're fun. There's something that the Fan Four Stick movie failed to capture. Couldn't even capture the dynamic of the family. Everyone just hated each other, and Reed Richards like leaves and goes into seclusion because he feels bad about what happened to his friends. What are you doing? What are you doing? In the comics, Reed, he spends his life trying to figure out how to change Ben back to normal and do other things for the world just because his brain is that way. Oh man. Now that's a movie. That's just one of my, along with Mortal Kombat Annihilation, that is one of my least favorite movies of all time, if not my most hated movie. So there you go. Let's see. Yeah. So FX, very good. Mr. Juggalo, Jefferoni is here in the house. We all know. Yeah. And that's the thing. I get, yeah, you're right, John. He hated playing. It's too bad because he was so good. He was so good. And, and Spielberg produced, and I don't know why it wasn't a pleasant, fun experience. It just seems like that set would have been an absolute blast, but yeah. Yeah, there it is, getting paused. Nailed it. Okay, Wreck-It Ralph 2. When Ralph breaks... Oh, that's right, because it was called Wreck-It Ralph 2 when Ralph breaks the internet. Yeah. You know what? Now that you say the title, I'm pretty sure I watched that. I feel like the two merged together. Maybe that's why I feel like 1 and 2 all feel like the same movie to me. But yeah, breaks the internet. Okay. See, sometimes I just need the subtitle. And now I know I've seen it. Ooh, there's a deep cut. X-Files and X-Files 2. There you go. Now you're thinking that's a deep dive right there. Like, I'm putting it on the list. Look at that. X-Men. Look at that. Not X-Men, X-Files. Come on now. Oh, there it is. X-Files 1 and 2. Yeah, that's a good one. That's thinking deep there, bruh. Jay says The Wicker Man, pretty much perfect. The Wicker Tree, not so much. Was that... I don't even know The Wicker Tree. Again, see, some sequels are just so untalked about. They're not even in my... And I have a pretty good, encyclopedia of things that I've seen. I say that, and half the time I'm like, I don't know. So forget. Put the cookie down. That's right. I do that for you. Let's see. Yeah, there was a sequel to The Blob. Larry Hagman directed the sequel to The Blob? That was Son of Blob, right? Let's see. Son of Blobberoni. Oh, well, there's Beware the Blob. Is that Cash? Is that my dog trying to poke his nose in down there? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't see Son of Blob on here. I got Beware the Blob. Is that the sequel? Let's see. Oh my God, that's it, Johnny. It's Beware the Blob. back in horrifying new adventure. Oh, this looks super cheesy. Oh, and it looks and the blob looks as goofy as it did in the Steve McQueen movie. It's all just red and gooey. Like this girl crawling. I gotta watch this movie. It looks horrible, and I can't wait to watch it. Unless Johnny, you say, please, for the love of God, do not waste your time watching that movie. Is it even worth it? Is it so bad that it's good? Oh, you also got Attack of the Killer Tomatoes 1 and 2. Here's another one. Wait. It's actually got a nomination, Johnny. You want to know what it is? It's got one nomination, and it is it's actually 1975, actually nominated not for a Razzie, but for a best science fiction film in the Golden Scroll Awards. Did not win. Oh, there you go. The whole 9 yards and the whole 10 yards. Yep. Those two work for sure. Again, I love the whole 9 yards. So good. Second one just felt like they were just no script, running around, no, I don't know, it just felt like everybody was just, doing it for a paycheck or something. Analyze this, analyze that. I got that on the list. I also have City Slickers 1 and 2, Curly's Gold. Excellent. A very good pick there. I says, wow, there's a Blob too. You guys got me. I definitely need to watch that. I guess it wasn't Son of Blob. It was Beware the Blob. Yep. So I'm probably thinking of like Son of Fly or something like that. But I could have sworn I heard something called Son of Blob. But that doesn't make sense. Blob isn't, human. So, but beware the Blob. Here it is. That's a 2 for y'all. One we didn't know. Craig, what's good with you, man? Okay, here we go. So, it says, I think the largest gap may be between the 2 Odd Couple movies. Now, do the 2 Odd Couple movies star the same 2 actors? Right? Right? Is it Odd Couple 68 and 98? Ooh. So that would be 78, 88, 98. Oh, that's 30. 30 years. 6 years shorter than Top Gun. How can that be? Is my math wrong on Top Gun? No, it is not. It's 36 years on Top Gun. So right there. Dude, that's a good one. Look at you, like going with the Odd Couple in there. And, hello, well done. You've added to the double feature list. Odd Couple 1 and 2. Let's go. I love the TV show. Who else? Who else watched the old TV show? Come on. Anybody else out there? 2958. So your lucky numbers. There was a Redford movie called Hot Rock. I don't know that. Oh, there you go. Spinal Tap is now double feature. 1 and 2. That's a humdinger of a gap. It is. What is the gap on that one? Let's see. Spinal Tap might have it, y'all. Oh, okay. 84 to 94 to 04 to 14. Oh, 41 years. There it is. Hall & Oates. So 1984. This is Spinal Tap. 2025. Spinal Tap. The End Continues. Boom. Unless we can think of something even longer. We do got the Spaceballs, as Dave is saying. Got Spaceballs about to come out. So let's see. Oh, you guys are so good. Spaceballs, pretty close. It was 87. But if we can't, if it comes out after 90 or 27, then it'll be after 40 years. But I think Spinal Tap's going to take it. You guys are so good, depending on what you count. Bambi 2. No, straight to videos don't count because there's so many of those things. Yeah, this has got to be like movies. Yeah, but I get that. If you're counting that, I personally don't. To me, it's got to be a feature film that came out. Otherwise, so many of those things. I'm doing my top 5 duologies as well. No, thank you to anybody doing this. Like I said, I don't know what's happening to the community, but like 2 people have done it. So, but I am tonight after this going to go watch the double feature podcast, or reviews podcast with the girls, our twins. Check them out. Fun topic. Yeah, you guys are killing it. Thanks, Stacy. Yeah. Spaceballs is going to take the record. Well, I think it's going to come in second. It won't. The span is shorter than Spinal Tap, unless it takes 3 more years. Then it might tie. That was the 30-year gap. Yep, Odd Couple. Yep. I finally got to that. Oh, Wizard of Oz and Return to Oz. What was the gap on that one? Wizard of Oz. Technically, those are sequels. So 39. So you got to leave the stuff in the comments so I don't have to look for it, right? Return to Oz is 85. So 39 and 85. Do the math. 40. That's 45, 46 years. Look at you guys, man. Holy hand grenades. Look at that. And again, it's Return to Oz and it's the same characters, right? Goodness, y'all. Should they make Color of Money new sequel? Tom Cruise helping a new person play pool? Nah, because that was, to me, that was Paul Newman's story, and it was great. I like sort of keeping that as a twofer. Yeah. And we got the Spinal Taps. We got the Wizard of Oz's. Yeah. That's it. Spinal Tap. Well, yeah, we thought it was until we just came across the Wizard of Oz. So that's a little bit longer. Rocky Horror Picture Show and its sequel. Although, count as a double feature. Yes. Shock Treatment, the unofficial sequel. Uncle Rico. Did Uncle Rico have a movie? Falling Behind. Let's see. Oh, yes. The Raid 1 and 2. Babe, Big in the City. Blade Runner. You look at that. You guys are so good. I love it. All right, so let's talk about that. All right, we'll pick these apart. So Raid 1 and 2 is just simply some of the best martial arts ever put to film. I was blown away. I remember watching Raid Redemption because it was recommended to me. My buddy Dell. Shout out Dell loves movies. Go check out Dell. Pardon me. And I was just blown away. I couldn't stop watching. I love that kind of movie. I love great martial arts. I love fight scenes that pull the camera back and watch and show you a beautifully choreographed fight with very little edits. American movies, the more edits you edit means you're insulting the stunt team you just hired to put together a beautiful fight. Because if you cut on every punch to a different angle, I get it. You're trying to create chaos. You're trying to create action. Whereas people like these actors in the Raid, these stunt performers, Jackie Chan, they know what you want to see. They want to give you chef's kiss, a beautiful fight, and we're going to show it to you so your jaw is on the ground. That is what Raid movies are like, and I freaking love them. Babe and Big in the City, those are such cute movies. I want my mom. Nailed it. I can even do the pig. Amazing. And a Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049. Here's the thing. I am not as big of a fan of Blade Runner 2049 as everybody else. I love Denis Villeneuve. I love the Roger Deakins, the cinematographer, did a beautiful job. But it was so predictable to me. The whole time I just kind of knew step by step what was going on. I said, oh, Ryan Gosling, he's another replicant. Oh, you did the little wooden thing in the fireplace, and he's going to come back. Oh, there's a girl. Harrison Ford's got a daughter. It's probably the only girl you've shown in the movie so far. And it was, so there was no spoiler there. Just like everything was just so predictable. I was happy to see Ford back and that he wasn't a replicant, presumably. But Gosling was. Anyway, I was not impressed with 2049. Looked great. Everything about it was nice, but maybe if I watch it more, I'll become a fan. I remember when I first saw Blade Runner in 1982. Look, I was a huge Harrison Ford fan coming off of Star Wars and Raiders. And Blade Runner was very slow. They got that Ridley Scott in his early years had a very slow pace problem. Like the first Alien has got a slow pace. This movie's got a slow pace. Legend has got some pacing issues. But then he starts to kind of like really come into his own. Things like recently Martian. I freaking love The Martian. There's not an issue with pace when it comes to Martian. Gladiator is wall-to-wall fantastic. And all those other movies are great, in my opinion. I'm just talking about a little pace issue that Ridley had. So anyway, that's my take on Blade Runner. Let's see. Yeah, look who's talking. 1 and 2. Look who's talking now. So was it? Yeah. So there was Look who's talking 2, and then Look who's talking now. Okay, so that's a trilogy. So that one's not going to work. Have you seen Shy People? Do you like that movie? Made in Louisiana. Oh, Clayburgh and Hershey. I have not seen Shaw People. There's a couple of never-ending stories. Nailed it, Mr. Moody. Yes, yes. There it is. So it is 3 Men, a Little Baby, and 3 Men and a Little Lady. So that was a cute little twofer, 2-pack. What do we got here? So he has, says, go back in time and get Cindy Crawford for, why not? That would have been perfect. I don't know if she can act, but she had the look. I'm not going to deny that. Tiana's here. Hello, Tiana. You lovely creature. Hello, everyone saying hi. Only thing interesting about Neverending Story 3. Oh, there is a 3? There's one of Jack Black's first screen roles. Oh, so there's 3. So it's not a twofer. Or is he in 2? And you meant to write 2. Oh, if we ignore all the other aliens, I don't mind doing that. I don't mind just sticking with Alien and Aliens as a double feature. I can pretend really good. Yes, I'll let that one slip by for tonight. There is 3. Oh, boo. Yeah, and Predator 1 and 2 done. What other Predators? Ain't nobody. Prey. That's not it. Prey. There's no more movies. It's just 1 and 2, man. Come on. Got your Bill Paxton in there. Some Danny Glover. My only regret with Predator 2 is you got Bill Paxton playing a guy. What was he called? He was called Bullseye or Sure Shot or Nails It or so. You know what I mean? Like his character had a name that indicated he was a really good marksman. And then he's offed. Before you ever see those skills come to fruition, I was just like, why was that his nickname in this movie? It never came to be, right? Pretty sure I remember that, right? I could really call it a day at Alien and Aliens, 2 franchises. They only have 2 movies. Yep. I mean, if we gotta, Hoss, we gotta, sometimes you do what you gotta do. Let's see. It says, I like 3 Men and a Baby. The idea is a double feature with 3 Men and a Lady is very underrated, especially for anyone. Oh, yeah, like the England movies. Now, if we're going with that, how about we also do Father of the Bride and Father of the Bride 2. That was another very cute twofer, little 2-pack. Steve Martin, little daughter growing up, and then she grows up a little bit more. Those were cute movies. I was a big fan. Speaking of Steve Martin, he's got another 2-pack. We've got ourselves Cheaper by the Dozen and Cheaper by the Dozen 2. I love the first Cheaper. And again, there it is again. Why the hell do we have Cheaper by the Dozen? I believe 2 is on Blu-ray, and the first movie, which is hilarious. It's even got freaking Tom Welling, right? Clark Kent from Smallville as the oldest brother, which is great because all the little kids that were on the show, if you watch behind the scenes, they all were sort of enamored by Tom Welling because they looked at him as like Superman, Clark Kent. That's pretty cute. That's your older brother's Superman. That's good stuff. Now, do we call, and I guess we have to, for tonight, the challenge is tough because it was never meant to be a trilogy. It was only, and maybe this was just baked in to be a duology, and that is Kill Bill 1 and 2. Kill Bill 1 and 2 is definitely a double feature. There not ever shall be a Kill Bill 3 unless he makes his last movie, when the girl grows up and wants revenge, then it becomes a trilogy. But as it stands, Kill Bill 1 and 2 was designed, to me though, it was designed as one movie split into 2. But I mean, it is a double feature. So we're going to allow it tonight, y'all. I didn't do it on my list, but we'll allow it tonight. What are some other ones? Wayne's World's 1 and 2. 48 Hours and another 48 Hours. Of course, we talked about Airplane and Blade Runner. Now, here's one where, again, the first one was quite funny because I love this sort of fish out of water thing, and then the sequel was just dull. It is a Brady Bunch movie and a very Brady sequel. A Very Brady sequel just wasn't funny, man. It lacked some of that charm. That first movie I thought was a fantastic way to sort of poke fun at the Brady's still being in the 70s in contemporary time. Like it was just chock full of good stuff. I loved it. But the Very Brady sequel, I will applaud though that they put them out in a nice little 2-pack, so you get the two movies in one little nice, neat little container, as I feel like all of these movies deserve. And a lot of them have them. So your Legend of Zorro and The Mask of Zorro, two really good movies. First one feels a little bit better. And your Gremlins 1 and 2, FX 1 and 2, Father of the Bride, those all come in nice little 2-packs, which is perfection. What about Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer? Where does that fall, y'all, on the list? So, depending on when you grew up, you may like Destroyer better than Barbarian. Now, Barbarian is gritty and dark and violent, hyper violent, and it's just really all those things. And then Destroyer wasn't even rated R. Like first one's rated R. There's even little nude bits in the first one. Second one, though, I believe was only PG. Had yourself some Wilt Chamberlain in there for height, certainly not for acting. Grace Jones for crazy, certainly not for acting. But you had, who was that? The dude that played the Joker's little sidekick. His name is right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, he's in that. Anyway, so some may like Destroyer better because it was just more playful and fun and whimsical, and Arnold still buffed up and looking good. So I'm curious of the people that are here in the audience, where does Conan and Conan the Barbarian fall for you? But yeah, all right, let's keep it rolling, y'all. What's going on? Oh, look at that. Kenny's here. What's up, Huck, man? What's up, big dog? Good to see you. Let's see. Ken, you got any double features that's your fave? Just gonna. I like to hear the hostages just skirting around the fact that other movies don't exist. Spider-Man movies, the third one still, meddling, takes a lot of the steam out of that, but you rarely watch it, so it's just 1 and 2. I like how you make your own. 2 back there. Hey, Tiana. Yeah, Tiana's here. So yeah, Young Guns 1, Cruz is one of the cavalry guys near the end. That's right. Doesn't he get blown away though? Or am I thinking of Bon Jovi gets blown away? Or that maybe they both get blown away in their respective films? Because I think Bond is Bond. John. Like Bond's his first name. Ratman. Ken has left Ratman alone. That's right. No Ratman sequels, Ken. All right, here we go. Double feature is Blank Check and Blank Man. Why? Because they have blank in the title. So you got the same actor. Just put them together, y'all. They have a Where Are the Boys 1 and 2. You guys are pulling out some real deep cuts. Zoolander 1 and 2. There you go. And pray for part 3. You got your Anchorman 1 and 2 as well. Now Anchorman 1 and 2. Anchorman's still so much funnier, but there are also some fun movies that turn into other movies. So you had Anchorman, then you sort of begat a little Knocked Up, and then that gave us, what is it, 40? What is it? Over 40? No. We're saying the time, the 40. This is 40. I think with Paul Rudd. This is 40. I think that was it. I heard Ridley Scott is always working on Gladiator 3. Well, until he makes it, Gladiator 1 and 2 is a twofer. It's a duology until we see otherwise. Now, Scent of a Woman and Sea of Love, that's just that's a twofer for Al Pacino. They're not really sequels. But now the two Beetlejuice films, yes, 1 and 2 fall right snugly into the duology definition. Let's see. It's Ken. Can your subs be called Kender Frienders? And Huck, can we be called Lucky Huckies? I'm spitballing here. For tonight, you're all Lucky Huckies. Why not? Let's go. Look, KB is always popping into the morning show making up names, and this will be the one for tonight. You guys are all Lucky Hucks. Adrian, good to see you. What's up, Darkroom Reviews? So we're almost at 30. Let's keep going, y'all. We can do it. Smoke is in a movie, sequels, Blues Face. Oh, okay. Um, let's see. I miss Dom and Bird. The Cannonballs are excellent. Yeah, Dom DeLuise, like Nikki knows. She knows what's up. So Adrian, was it Adrian? Was it you or Holland who hadn't seen him? Very funny. Just the chemistry between Dom DeLuise and Burt Reynolds. They are what make these movies fantastic. Well, it doesn't hurt that you got in the first movie some Farrah Fawcett and some Roger Moore, and of course Roger Moore plays himself. He's Roger Moore, right? I like how he's like about to fight a guy, and he tells the guy before he fights him that he's Roger Moore, and the guy goes, "Who?" Because Roger's pretty old at this time, and this person never heard of Roger Moore, which I thought was funny. And Roger's driving, of course, an Aston Martin in Cannonball Run. So doesn't get any cooler than that. No, sir. Let's see. Seen those. Oh, here's a new one. Sin City 2, A Dame to Kill For. That was on my list as well. I'm just marking off a few of these. Let's see what else we got. These are sequels, but without the same people. You got Bruce Almighty and Evan Almighty. So that kind of counts as a twofer. Where would they have gone on a third one? Would they have just picked one of the other people and done an Almighty with them? Had Evan done well, but Evan didn't do well? Do I like An Innocent Man? I like the Billy Joel album, Innocent Man. That's really good. See, Sid says they don't travel with Tom Hanks double feature. Castaway, Sully, Captain Phillips, and Joe versus the Volcano. Well, I mean, that's a 4-pack. That's 2 double features. Come on now. Ewoks, Caravan of Courage, and Valvendor. I mean, you're not wrong. They didn't air in the theater, but they are 2 movies. I will give you, they are 2 movies. And yes, we are in agreement. Ghostbusters is now up to 4. I know I'm sort of coming back around. And yeah, I mean, you got the 2 Beetlejuices. I know the second one didn't land for a lot of people, but they still count as the duology double feature. Oh yeah, Get Shorty and Be Cool. I enjoyed those. See again, wow, I missed that one on the list. Nicely done. Nicely done. Look at that. Get Shorty. I don't know why I'm keeping track of these. I just think it's fun to find all these crazy twofers that most of us hadn't thought of. Ghostbusters is always a double feature to you. The new ones don't exist. Afterlife was okay, but if you take it or leave it, the sanctity of the franchise, I can leave it. Yeah, I hear you. Do I want a Chicago special edition? You know what, Stacy? I have a really great Blu-ray. It's filled with bonus features. I've got the DVD as well. I comboed them. Some of you might have seen that combo video where I put them together into one nice little package, and even discovered that I liked the DVD art better than what was on the Blu-ray, so I swapped it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't need more. If they put one out, that'd be great. Didn't they already release a 4K though? Which I didn't get because I like my Blu-ray just enough. The future U.S. Marshals before they make a third one. Yes, those count. Yeah, we mentioned those earlier. I want Gremlins to win and not get hurt. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that works too. Steve, Flags of Our Fathers and Letters to Iwo Jima. That was done as a twofer. Oh, now you're talking. I was just leaving this one to see if anybody, it's on my list, but Sith brings it up. Romancing the Stone and Jewel of the Nile. Love these movies. Love the cast. Man, Kathleen Turner at her smokingest, y'all. So good. And just really great chemistry with Michael Douglas. You know, hilarious. Danny DeVito tagging along, always screwing stuff up. But that is something I was kind of surprised that we didn't get a trilogy. But I feel like I know why. Let me just see who was the director. The director of, Romancing the Stone was Robert Zemeckis. But Jewel and Nile was not the same director. So that's why it lacked that great charm and that great stuff. Yeah, Louis Teague. So Louis Teague was the director. He is definitely not on the same playing field as Zemeckis at all. He's also the one that gave us stuff like Cujo, Cat's Eye, Alligator, stuff like that. I mean, that's literally those are the things he's known for. Trying to see if there's. I'm looking right here. He did the Justice League of America pilot in 1997. If you're a good nerd and you can sniff out the bootlegs, you've seen this and you know what hot trash this is. He directed that. So that, my friends, is why we never got a trilogy because, I wish Zemeckis would have come back or they could have gotten a really good, get like Roger Spottiswoode or I don't know, somebody that could just, so like one of the Bond directors to keep things moving along. I don't know. It's too bad. Too bad, man. Let's see. Who am I thinking of? Be a great director. Martin Campbell, the one who did Casino Royale, Mask of Zorro. That's who they need. They needed somebody like Martin Campbell. Yowza. All right, what else you guys coming out? There it is. Look, Big Ragu calling it. If I'm seeing repeats, I'm just skipping over. But yeah, Miss Congeniality 1 and 2. Now this is interesting. Haas is kind of thinking a little bit out of the box here. Does Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger count? Because technically that is a 2-pack of Harrison Ford playing the character. Whereas the other ones just have different actors. I don't know. That's good. I say yay, audience, weigh in. Does that make this a duology? A double feature? Because it's just got Harrison Ford in it? Or it's still the same character continuing from the other one. It just got recast. That's a tough one, but I like where your head's at. So I'm going to give it to you. Now, Batman Returns. We got to go with this one, Haas, because this is what Sue did. Sue said, hey, time out. I know there's 4 Batman movies, and they're always packaged together. But there's only 2 Tim Burton Batman movies. And the other 2 are not, right? That's the Val Kilmer. That's the one directed by, who's the dude doing a brain fart? Who is it, y'all? The other director, that guy. All right. Anyway, so those are his movies. I can't remember, and these are these. So we're gonna let these Batmans be sequel, a duology. What can I think of his name? Yes, 21 and 22 Jump Street. Got that on the list. So every time you guys cough it up, I'm marking it off because I know you guys are smart. How about Machete and Machete Kills? Who's a fan of the Machete Kills stuff? Look, when Machete was simply a trailer, a fake trailer, mind you, on the beginning of Planet Terror with Robert Rodriguez, and everyone went nuts. I'm like, dude, that movie looks awesome. That looks like it kicks ass. I just love that he gave Machete, his own movie. I think that's pretty great. And then it led to a second one. So, that's kind of funny. It's rare that happens. Rare that happens. Like it's never happened, right? It's based on a fake trailer. But anyway. But good for Danny Trejo, though. He's got himself his own little 2-pack there. What else is good? Now, here's other big ones. You got your Escape from New York, Escape from LA, Tomb Raider, and Tomb Raider Cradle of Life. Currently, you got Shazam and Shazam Fury of the Gods. Did we say Wayne's World 1 and 2 yet? That's a funny 2-pack. Ken, you're a fan of that. I don't know if Ken's still here, but the Wayne's World 1 and 2 are good. See, Weekend at Bernie's is no tagline. Bernie gets animated by a voodoo. Well, that's a good idea. I mean, because he would just have rigs setting in. He wouldn't be malleable enough to do the stunts they did in the first one, right? So there you go, little voodoo. Why they have to make a third Paddington and ruin this? I know. I mean, I hear it's great. If you're a Paddington fan, I heard it's good, but it ruins the whole twofer. Again, I don't know if we're counting that because Bambi 2 is just a straight to DVD, like money grab, a Disney thing. It's not technically, it's not really a in the theater kind of thing. And we're not counting like, although, I mean, we sort of bent the rules on the two Ewok things because it made me laugh. Technically, those weren't in the theater. Those are just, you could argue the TV stuff in a whole different video. But yeah. Oh, yeah, I like these. Yeah, FX 1 and 2. Yeah, we talked about those earlier. I like those a lot. Mm-hmm. Wait, did this thing get bounced up? Was it okay? Wait, what's happening here? Are these things repeating? Okay, there we go. So we got the Oz thing there. Yep, 39.85. I think that holds our record. Let's see. This is funny. Kroll had some amazing early appearances at Liam Neeson, Robbie Coltrane, main actor on play Eddington in Deep Space Nine. That's cool. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the longest sequel gap is going to be the Oz. And then those count because they're both in the theater. They were both there. Oh, there we go. Homeward Bound 1 and 2. There's another twofer I didn't think about. How are you digging so deep, y'all? Homeward Bound. Now, let's see. Oh, you got the French Connection and French Connection 2. There was no second one with that. Similarly, you got Chinatown and the Two Jakes. We're getting to some older stuff there. Horror-wise, you got It 1, It 2. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, Johnny, you're going to do it too? You're going to sit down and record a top 5? I wish you would. I've been wanting to see anybody's top 5. So the fact that you're going to do it, Jeff's going to do it, the twins have done it. I'm going to go watch those tonight. Yes, look at that R&D. The Incredibles 1 and 2. Very good 2-pack right there. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I don't know what that means. Fox and the Hound? Did Fox and the Hound have 1 and 2? There you go. Oh, there's one. Heavy Metal and Heavy Metal 2000. That is straight up. And the bummer part with that one is Heavy Metal 2000 just didn't have the same magic. I love the first Heavy Metal. I love that it's an anthology. It's all these different stories. Each one's written by a different writer. It's animated by a different artist. So they all have different looks. And I kind of really dug that about that movie. Whereas Heavy Metal 2000 is just like a straight up story that follows the one character. And it's, of course, modeled after Julie Strain or Julia Strain. Julie Strain? I think it's Julie Strain. Which is fine. It was also like PG, so it wasn't as scintillating as the first movie. So, fans of the first movie are kind of waiting for it to be a little bit more violent, a little bit more adult, and then it's not. And then it wasn't as fun. So, characters overlap. Sorry, don't really know what that. We're at 31, Dave. That's good stuff. Thank you. There we go. My Girl 2. That's I don't know My Girl 2. That's the best one. Do it now. Put the cookie down. That's right. So big Business deserves a sequel. Sisterhood Pants. Is there a second Sisterhood of the Pants? Didn't know that. The Shining had its sequel just come out. Oh yeah, right. Oh, I forget the name, but if another one is Mary Poppins, Mary Poppins and Mary Poppins Returns. Is that 54? Because I did write that one down. I didn't do math on that one, but that's pretty good. That's a long run. Mr. Ragu, think you're onto something there. Now, The Shining, so you got The Shining and then you got Dr. Sleep. I don't think that's longer than those two, though. Well done. Oh, Shanghai and Shanghai Nights. I love those. I'm a big fan, Jackie Chan fan. As you know, I have those on my list faux show. Another one where the first one is amazing and the second one is not is The Mask and Son of Mask. Who remembers The Mask? Come on, you got Jim Carrey coming out. He's hot off of Ace Ventura, comes out with The Mask. Perfect vehicle for him. The animation, I still think it's bright and funny and hilarious, even though it may not be as perfect as today's CGI. It was great in its time. And I'm always capable of watching something in the time it's made, unless it's just so awful it pulls you out. And Cameron Diaz, man, I believe that was her first film, right? Oh, can you imagine if that's your first movie? Or at least that's her first big role anyway. And she was amazing, fantastic. And then you got the Son of the Mask. Little Jamie Kennedy in there. Yeah, no. Yeah. Some things, when you can't get who you have in the original one, for example, we talked about Blues Brothers and Blues Brothers 2000 earlier. You don't have your boy anymore, John Belushi. You're getting James Belushi and then some kid to take and then John Goodman. I'm like, it's just not the same thing. It's not the same flavor at all. So yeah, same thing with Son of the Mask. Why? Oh, there you go. Legally Blonde 1 and 2, of course, because those are first movie, second movie, and they didn't make a third. I heard they're gonna, but until they do, I got yourself a double feature. There it is. We got it again. Yeah. Now, yes, Tron 1 and 2 until we hit October. Although the trailers are out, kind of negates it. But you know what? Until we sit down and see that third movie, technically you could squeeze it out as a twofer. But yep, those two. All right, now, Conan the Destroyer, in addition to Will Chamberlain. That was the Andre the Giant under the suit makeup for the evil. Oh, yeah. Oh, is that right? Nice. But what did you think of it? What did you think of Destroyer? Did you have a preference for Destroyer over Barbarian? I feel like to a lot of younger people, Destroyer is more watchable because, like I said, it's not as violent. Thank you for. Why was I spacing on 40-Year-Old Virgin? No, not 40-Year-Old Virgin. It's the sequel to that with Paul Rudd, because that's the one with Steve Carell, which is hilarious. Then you've got. Okay, so it's Paul Rudd. I just want to say this is 40. Yeah, this is 40. That's the one I was thinking of. This is 40. So that's the one where Judd Apatow directs, Leslie Mann, Paul Rudd. Yeah, that's one that I was working on earlier. Sith says, here we go. Ghostbusters 2 actor played the museum director. Sleazy guy was the hero and Dragon Slayer. Nice. Did you pre-order The Mask? I have not pre-ordered that yet. Now that my kid's gone to college, money is gone, y'all. I don't know. I gotta start. I don't know. I gotta wait for more dough. Your old boy. If anybody wants to gift it my way, I'll take it. But it's gonna be very. I don't know what purchasing is gonna be like in the next 4 years. Yeah. Again, because I also have a job that's also job to job, because I work in the world of casting, and whenever a job ends, you sort of wait to be brought on to the next one, which is sometimes the next week, and then sometimes it's the next couple of months later. And right now I'm in that next couple of months later part, which I'm not really a fan of right now. So Present Danger, I think, work as double feature, as it wasn't just Ford who returned. Yeah, James Earl Jones. Yep. We'll buy Cracky Sith. Done. Let's call it a double feature. Yep. We had that one. Christopher Lambert's Fortress 1 and 2. Anybody see this? Yes, 2001 and 2010. That's on my list. That is definitely, yeah. And, I know they wanted to make, I think, the next book from Asimov. Did he do those? Was it going to be 2030 or 2031, something like that? But they never made it. They never made that movie. Fright Night 1 and 2. Oh, there you go. Finding some little horror out there, Jay. Good on you, bruh. Let's see. I will do a video, Huck, but it probably be next week. That's fine. Hey, anybody that wants to do it is good. Appreciate it. I will definitely do a video after I get Nobody 2 on 4K. Nice. And again, you don't have to like hold them up. I just did because I have all the 2-packs here. If you got a twofer, that you love and you don't own the 2, you can, like, if you love Friday Night 1 and 2, but you don't own them, you can, totally put that in your list. Okay, and then there's the sequels on the way. Violent Night. Okay, well, until they get here, Violent Night hasn't been made, so that one's definitely not on the list. Sisu, at least I've seen the trailer, so I know that's coming. But once they're here, yes, sir, they are on the list. There's a sequel to 4-Year-Old Virgin. It's all sort of in that same camp. Yeah. They wanted to make 2061 or 3001, but didn't take off. There it goes. You might call it Europa Report. There you go. The money is gone. I feel that. Yep. Always fun, man. Got to bounce. All right, Hoss. Have a good night, bro. Night stream was awesome. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you coming in. Oh, you guys are killing it. All right, let's just bang out a couple more, and then we'll call it a night. Let's see. I'll try to look at some stuff we haven't announced yet. What do y'all think? So we got, how about Speed and Speed 2 Cruise Control? There's one for you. No one ever talks about the sequel ever because Keanu said no. That sounds like hot trash. No can do. I think one of you guys mentioned Short Circuit 1 and 2 and analyzed this and that. There was actually a Basic Instinct 2 with a whole new cast. So those are weird to count. I don't like counting those because unless some of the cast comes back, it feels, that's sort of why we're able to do the Harrison Ford thing because it's a different cast. How about Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes movies? We only got 2 of those, Sherlock Holmes and the Game of Shadows. 2 of those. Of course, we got Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. Kick-Ass 1 and 2. There's a nice sequel there. What else? You got your Teen Wolf and Teen Wolf TOO 2. And then there's some weird ones I never even just thought of until I was doing this, which is like Sex and the City had 2 movies. I just think of that as a TV show, but it had 2 movies. Scooby-Doo had 2 movies also. That was fun. Let's see. I hit 32 likes. Nicely done, peeps. Bravo. It'd be super awesome if you guys could crush like 40 before we sign off. I don't think we'll get there, will we? I think we shall. 31 though, not too shabby. Probably even 35 if we're lucky. But here we go. Let's see. You guys are killing it on these double features, by the way. Look, I'm serious. Anybody, if you need a little content for your channel, just make a little duo video. They're super short to make, super fun, always good. Let's see. No Speed 2. Here we go. Dave's like, no Speed 2. I pretend that one doesn't exist. I see this happening a lot with you people tonight. Sometimes you just pretend. There's a lot of pretending going on that things exist or don't exist so that you can have your double feature or nay, not a double feature at all. And I don't blame you. Teen Wolf 1 and 2, yes. If we're ignoring Tremors 1 and 2. And I mean, we're ignoring. So there you go. I love it. Oh, look at that. Okay, let's see. Dallas here. What's up, buddy? I talked about you earlier. One of my, somebody threw out Raid and Raid, Redemption and Raid 2 or Raid 1, whatever, is a good double feature that didn't have a trilogy attached to it. And I said, love those movies. Thanks to you. That was such a dope recommendation. But here you go. Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2 absolutely fit this thing. I had that on the list. But Mr. Brick here, I did not have Fletch and Fletch Lives. God, you guys, I'm telling you, look at this. I mean, this has got to be, it's well over 100 so far of these double features. Could be pushing 120, something like that. Is a lot. It's a lot. Like I said, things like the X-Files, that was a pretty deep cut. They're hard to get right now. They're like hundreds of dollars. Were they on Blu-ray? I only saw those on DVD. I never even got them on Blu-ray. I wish the TV show was on Blu-ray. See, that's a miss. So if I didn't get those on Blu-ray, yeah, there's no way I can't even go out shopping right now. I was certainly not going to spend hundreds of bucks for two movies. I was going to say Major League, yeah, and but they made a horrible third one. They did. I don't know what you're talking about. Big Ragu doesn't exist. I think we just got two. I think we got Major League 2. That's it. I don't even know what you're talking about. I think it's just tomfoolery. Third one, psh, doesn't exist. Done. Delta Force 1 and 2. Is that legit? Did they stop there, or are we still pretending? Was there a Delta Force 3? Come on now. Come on now. Is that a legit one? See, now I can't even tell anymore. You guys are just like, since we're pretending things don't exist. I don't mind Terminator. I like Terminator 3. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. Everything else is hot trash. I think Genesis is awful. Dark Fate was terrible. The thing I hate about stuff like Dark Fate is when your Terminator is all that CGI pixelated and you can't kill it. You shotgun to it and he just rebuilds. I get so bored with that. That is lazy writing, lazy concepts. It's like, and we've seen that. We see people doing that with computer generation, and the fact that he can just regenerate. It's just You're just trying to do a better version of the T-1000, the liquid metal, and it wasn't. So, to me, I'll keep that one as a trilogy. I'm going to keep the Terminator as a trilogy because I think there's enough in Terminator 3 to like. Arnie says 1 and 2, forgettable. See, but I can also get with you on that camp that only 1 and 2, as they are the only James Cameron movies. So if you are doing a 2-pack, that is the Cameron 2-pack. Oh yeah, baby! Don't forget. Totally forgot to put yeah, dude. Did you do a video too? Oh, Dell. So I just got back from taking daughter to college and everything, and I haven't been watching YouTube for a while. If you did a video, my friend, just shout out right here so I know. Because after this is over, I'm gonna go watch the twins. Then I'm gonna go watch yours. You guys are exciting me that there's some. You guys are doing some duos out there. I mean, listen to all these that we're coming up with, y'all. You guys are just you hot shots was what you are. We did all of these already. Oh, you got the newer. Clash of the Titans and Wrath of the Titans, if you guys like those. A little Eddie Murphy, Nutty Professor 1 and 2. It was a Cocoon 1 and 2. Feel like Barbershop, that had 1 and 2. I don't think it had a third one. But yeah. What else? Oh, you know what? There's another Steve Martin too. So we have The Father of the Bride, Cheaper by the Dozen, and when he took over the Pink Panther series, Steve Martin did 2 of those. So Steve Martin leads our list tonight, y'all, of the actor in the most diverse sets of duo. Oh, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking here. I freaking love The Accountant and Accountant 2. I hope it did well enough. I mean, it did really good in the box office. I just hope it was good enough for them to warrant a third one, because I would love. It took 10 years to get this sequel, and I'll be honest, I never really heard of The Accountant. No one really talked about The Accountant, and then as part of my 52-week movie challenge, it somehow made its way into that, and then I watched it, and I was like, "Oh my god, that was great!" And I sort of watched it because it was in preparation, because I knew The Accountant 2 was coming out, and I felt that is a movie. While I do like to say a good movie is a movie you don't have to watch the other one to enjoy it. But I really felt there was something about this character I needed to know and sort of like before going to the second one. So I watched The Accountant 1, freaking loved it, got it on Blu-ray. I'll probably end up getting like the 2 on 4K at some point. And then the sequel came out, and hey, there's no third movie mentioned yet, so that is definitely a double feature. And they're out of print, yeah. Well, I know, y'all. Oh, back to the minor Scott Bakula. I thought the Scott Bakula one, though, was unnecessary roughness. No? pretty sure the Scott Bakula baseball movie was Unnecessary Roughness, unless I'm wrong about that. Let's take a gander, y'all. Unnecessary Roughness. Yeah, that's Scott Bakula. That's the one with Scott. Unless Scott was also in Major League 3. Let's take a look, y'all. But they do have Major League 3 Back to the Minors, though. Oh my God, Scott's in that too. So, well, I mean, I guess Necessary Roughness is a football movie. So, but yes, Scott Bakula's in that. Corbin Burnson did it. So Dennis Haysbert did come back. So yeah, and Corbin. So yeah, that sort of screws up the duology there. But yeah, Scott Bakula. I don't know if I've seen the third one. I'm a Bakula fan too. Anyone see Naked Gun? Well, except Naked Gun had 3. Yeah, Naked Gun 2.5, and then 33 1/3. So technically, not a double feature, because all 3 of those are hilarious. Well, Delta 1 and 2 both had Chuck Norris. Okay. So there are other Deltas, but just without the Chuckster, I'm guessing. Yep, Clash and Wrath, I just said those 2. Triple X and Triple X Return of Xander. There was another. It's funny, until Fast and Furious, it felt like, he was just trying to find a franchise for himself, right? It's all right. He found one. He's 11 movies in now. I think it's not going away. Vin Diesel, you're unstoppable. Hellboy 1 and 2, there you go. Yep, the Golden Army. Yep, Cocoon. There it is. So there it is. Said the Steve Martin. Walt Stone's doing it. There we go. Red. Somebody said Red. That's on my list. There it is. Way to go. Bravo Sith. We got Grown Ups 1 and 2 also. Y'all think of comedies. I got a list over here of comedies, but I won't say 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, four comedies right here that haven't been mentioned yet. That we'll see if anybody jumps on them. And some are kind of cool. Well, yeah, some are kind of cool. We'll just put it at that. I actually just watched the first Pink Panther just recently. Thought it was funny. Now, do you mean the first Steve Martin one or the actual first Pink Panther with Peter Sellers? Because those are different entirely. Now, to me, there's a trilogy tucked into that original Peter Sellers. Because you had Shot in the Dark, then you had Pink Panther, which is different than Shot in the Dark. And then you had Return of the Pink Panther Strikes Again, and Revenge of the Pink Panther. And then Trail of the Pink Panther. But those 3 in the middle, Revenge, Strikes Again, and Return, those 3 are a trilogy. Because that was when Peter Sellers was playing the character differently. A little bit more slapstick. He had the character finally dialed in perfectly in those 3 movies. And then Trail of the Pink Panther, that's after he had passed away, and they cobbled together a bunch of outtakes from other movies to make that one. So I don't count that one. So yeah, one of my favorite. Yeah, Daddy's Home and Daddy's Home 2. You got those. And there's also Daddy Daycare. We got Daddy Daycare 1 and 2. Right? Those are, let's see. Oh, you did? Nice, dude. Like I said, I've been out with the daughter going to college. I haven't even checked tags or nothing. So I'm gonna re-tag tonight. Maybe there's some more videos out. I'm excited, Del. I'm excited. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna comment. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm very excited. I want to tell you, there's a video of the live stream yesterday. Nice. I will when I get a chance. Tonight, I got some of these things to go check out. Unnecessary. Yeah, it is a football movie. Yeah, I realized that once I started realizing that Scott was in both. I'm like, oh yeah. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. You did it, Dale. That's one on my list. Is Horrible Bosses 1 and 2. Very good. Let's see. I'll give you another hint. Oh yeah, look, and so now we've got the Happy Gilmore and Happy Gilmore 2, Mamma Mia 1 and 2, and Happy Gilmore. Look, this is one where I bend the rule because I say, oh, I don't count the Bambi and the straight to video because that's a different thing. Like Happy Gilmore 2 is full on because we're in the world of streaming and people are releasing things on streaming as a platform of validity. I will let Happy Gilmore and 2 roll, but the whole night is about bending the rules. But yeah, Mamma Mia 1 and 2, Ninja Turtles, Out of the Shadows. Oh yeah, the two with Megan Fox. Yeah, Steve Martin went nice. All right. So the other comedies I had, and then we're just gonna wrap it up, y'all, and then everybody go watch Dale's duology video. Go watch the twins videos, and go watch mine if you haven't seen them yet. All right, we are gonna wrap it up and tell you that there's Ted 1 and 2. Paul Blart, I believe, just has 2 movies, and Hot Tub Time Machine actually had 2 movies. There you go. So we have covered so many fantastic double features, y'all. Princess Diaries 1 and 2. There you go. What else didn't we say tonight? Percy Jackson and the Olympians, and Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thieves. Short Circuit 1 and 2. Yeah, I think that would cover everything. I think we did it, y'all. But man, this has been a lot of fun, y'all. I think I'm gonna just wrap it up. This has been so much fun talking about double features. I think it's a fascinating topic about how many things just never quite made it into the trilogy. Of course, gracing us here at the end. Hello, my darling Huck. My love, good to see you. Good to see you. Right through the heart, darling. Thanks for popping in right at the end. Oh, if you want to roll back and watch some of it, we've just been talking double features out there, movies that couldn't quite make it to trilogies. They're only made 2 movies, although a lot of us tonight have been bending the rules, saying other movies don't exist, like Terminator 1, Terminator 2. There is nothing else. That is your duology. I love it. I love how people have been bending the rules a bit tonight. It's very cool. So, yes, man. Big Ragu, dude, it's a pleasure. Please keep coming back. I loved your interaction. Appreciate you coming in, man. Yeah. So, and again, if you're new and you haven't subscribed, hit like, subscribe at the bottom. Mucho appreciate that. How close did we get? Did we hit the magic 35, y'all? Did we get 35? Caprice, if you're here, smack it. Oh wait, we're trying to get there, trying to get to the magic 35. It'd be great if it was like close to 40, but 33. There it is, 33. So we got close, y'all. Maybe by the time this sort of percolates throughout the evening, the 33 will turn into 35. Look, if some of you have 2 accounts, go log into the other accounts and hit the button again. I've done that for other people. When I jumped on, Dell, I think I did on your channel one night, mostly because I forgot I was logged in as myself, Brian Huckaba, and I hit like, and then when I realized it wasn't the pop culture thing, I'm like, oh, I'm on the wrong account. So I went logged in, hit like again. I did that on one of KB's things. Look, tell you, man, you can give people lots of love. It's really great. 34, that's so good. But y'all, let's just call it a night, y'all. Thank you so much. It's been a fun Friday night talking about duos. If there's anything else you want to talk about, any topics, leave it in the comments, or you can go to the community tab where I posted this. If there's another topic you want me to talk about, maybe we'll just keep these night shows going. Everyone seemed to get very excited that we're doing a night show. And so I think we're going to have to just keep that going. And according to Dave, I hit 36. Couldn't have done it without y'all. I don't have an exit roll or anything like that. So we're just going to bid you adieu, ladies and gentlemen. Have a fantastic evening. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being here and just making tonight super fun. Hell, thank you for distracting me that my daughter's off to college, because it's going to be hard without her here. It's very quiet in the house. So just being here, talking to you, you guys made me laugh tonight. It kept me on my toes, and it was super fun. So until next time, I will catch you guys later, and go watch a double feature.